It's September 29, 2016. Surveillance captures a man scoping out an armored truck filled with black buckets. He waits till there's no security present to make his move. He grabs one of the buckets and carries it away up the street. In this shot, he's positioned behind the man wearing a black suit and white shirt. The bucket theft occurs in New York City's Diamond District, near 48th Street at 6th Avenue. He makes his way down the avenues all the way towards 3rd Avenue, but he would suddenly stop. He needs to catch his breath since the bucket in his possession weighs a whopping 86 pounds and contains a staggering $1.6 million worth of gold. He would continue his trek through the avenues, carrying the gold bucket on his shoulder and back to alleviate the weight. This walk from 6th Avenue to 3rd Avenue for most people is a 10-minute walk, but for this 5'5", 155-pound man carrying over half his body weight, it took an entire hour. He would then call a friend to pick him up with their van. He didn't want his friend to be associated with the heist, so he claims the bucket he's storing in their truck is filled with paint. The man would head to his home in New Jersey, and this is where the surveillance trail ends. The NYPD reviews the footage and are able to identify the suspect as Julio Nivelo. They sent reports and wanted posters stating that the suspect had stolen $1.6 million worth of gold shavings. Nivelo denies this by stating that there were 2 solid gold bars.
Bars, 2 main bars.
Nivelo knows it's only a matter of time before NYPD catches on to him. He fabricates a plan where he could sell the 2 bars on the black market. These gold bars at their current size would be impossible to sell since finding a buyer with enough cash is unlikely. To solve this, Nivelo heads towards a Home Depot where he could find the necessary tools such as a power saw to cut the gold bars into manageable pieces. These gold pieces are then sold to multiple buyers in the black market. The $1.6 million worth of gold is converted into $1.2 million in cash. Nivelo then hands his newfound wealth to his fiancée for safekeeping while he flees the country. His ultimate goal is to reach his home country of Ecuador. He first heads south towards Florida, and he knows that taking a plane to Ecuador would be foolish since authorities are tracking airline passenger movement and it would be game over for Nivelo. So instead, he meticulously sets out a route where he would be smuggled into Mexico, then use the means of plane and car to reach Peru, where he would finally reach Ecuador by walking. Nivelo feels safe in his home country and stays undetected for a little more than a month until local authorities find him and arrest him. Nivelo did not have the immunity he thought in Ecuador, since the NYPD got in contact with Ecuadorian police to put up an arrest order for Julio Nivelo. Luckily for Nivelo, Ecuadorian authorities refused to send Nivelo to the States to face prison time. Instead, both parties agreed for a 9-month prison term in Ecuador to be a fair punishment. Now that Nivelo is finished with his sentence, the question became where was the money? He tells an interviewer that after giving his fortune to his fiancée, she would shortly ghost him, not answering any of his calls or texts.
I tried to make this interview because I feel hurt. Not only my pocket, my heart is broken. My fiancée took the money that belonged to us. I feel broke.
That's the story of the gold bucket heist. Now let's review the footage to see how any of this was even possible, because who leaves millions of dollars worth of gold unattended? You gotta remember one thing, Nivelo stole 1 bucket, and through this footage it's obvious that there are multiple buckets, holding large sums of gold. Nivelo is a seasoned thief, and this isn't his first time he's stolen from a cargo truck. He would attempt thefts on trucks near the Diamond District since there's a good chance of it holding something valuable. An armored truck with this magnitude of gold would usually come with 3+ guards, but Nivelo is shocked when the truck is only occupied by only 2 guards.
I can't believe this armored truck just take care of for 2 guys.
He's even luckier when one of those guards left to handle business elsewhere. So this left only 1 guard to secure the gold and gave Nivelo an even greater window to snatch a bucket. The sole guard then went to the front of the truck to retrieve his phone. Nivelo took this 10-second opportunity of no security and ran with it. This seemed a little too easy and convenient, so authorities would question the 2 guards and confirm that it wasn't an inside heist. Loomis, the cash handling company, learning this would still fire the 2 guards for incompetence.